There are other professional organizations out there for continuing education, but they focus primarily on what. So whether that would be building programs that meet a workforce need, or whether they be programs that, with apprenticeships or whatever those are, the what. They don't talk about how. And I found I would go to this conference, I'd come home with this idea, and okay, I'm going to build an apprenticeship. Yeah, but how much do I charge? And how much am I going to pay the instructor? And how do all the parts fit together? No one could tell me that, right? And along comes LERN, and what they do so well is aggregating these best practices, and I could call them business practices. Oh, and by the way, in higher education, a business model is a dirty word. You'll learn that. Okay. And my retort is always, well, you might hear from faculty, for example, well, you just want to run it like a business. And my retort is always, so what's your model? What's the alternative to running it as a business, right? The alternative is we run it in a sustainable fashion. And that's what LERN gave me the tools to do, to run my organization in a sustainable way.
I feel that the financial basis of how you do programming has been very beneficial. Our agency thrives on being self-sustaining. So to do that, we need to have our fiscal operations and processes in order. We use LERN as the basis for that and have for probably over 20 years. So when someone new comes into our agency, we explain how we program, how we provide classes and services and programs, and we use this fiscal model, which has been very successful.
Particularly in these times, I think. It's interesting because during the national recession, the continuing education divisions did very well, as did the academic sides of our institutions, or when you look at Parks and Rec and things like that. Probably had a harder hit because it hit more to consumer spending, where our skills programs within universities and community colleges were growing. I think what's important and has been important for us is coming out of that recession, our program has remained strong, where many institutions in the region are seeing declining enrollments. And so what we've been able to do, our enrollments may not necessarily be growing, or your revenue may not necessarily be growing, but being able right now to even show that you are stable in a time when other parts of an institution or other organizations are struggling is a great flag to carry. I think the other thing to do is ensure that you stay the course, and that saying, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, right? Give it some time, but ensure you're communicating what the problem is and what you plan to do about it. So you've had, let's say you've had 2 years of declining enrollments. Okay, what are the reasons? What's causing that? What's your plan to address that and ensure you're communicating?